Good day, guys. Monday morning. Want to get this one out of the way. Don't want to stew on it for a few days. I think you know my thoughts pre-game. Didn't give us much of a chance to win this one, and so how can I really fly off the rocket? But I thought we'd give a little bit more than that. So I am rather flat. I'm quite flat because it just had a real, once again, a bit of a stench about it, like 221, 220, and so that's why I'm a little bit flat. And I ain't got a lot to give you, to be perfectly honest. And there's no point in tossing and turning and overthinking this one. None at all, really. Like I use the analogy before the Geelong game in my preview when we faced the Cats that I was still quite wary of where we were at and the test would come. And I use that analogy that we were in the 8 and sitting pretty comfortably at that stage and still a chance for top 4, but I didn't quite feel like we still belonged, and I was wondering whether our players and coaches really think they belonged top 4 at that stage, whether we could get top 4 or... And I use that analogy of being at a wedding, and you've been the last really to be invited to that wedding, and you sort of sit down the back on a table with guests who are in a similar boat to you, and you sort of look at the front, and there's all the family and all the close friends, and eventually the bride and groom might come down to have a chat to you, but really you just never really feel a part of it. And the analogy for me right here at the moment, or the way I'm feeling right here at the moment about where we're at, and this is why it just feels, the emotions feel rather strange, really flat and generally disappointed with that performance yesterday. And I think, the ease of which Brisbane got their goals after we had that bit of a surge after the Patrick Cripps incident, those goals they got before half-time, and then the ease of which they then were able to pile on those goals in the last quarter after we kicked 7 in a row, whatever that may have been. That pretty much sums up exactly where we are and where we sit right here, right now. And that, to me, was a lot of what we were in the past. And it was almost like Brisbane pretty much were toying with us. And it almost feels like Fagan would have probably ripped shreds through his group because of that. Whereas it just feels like, I don't know, we'd be possibly content with a nice little fight back in that last quarter. That's the feeling I get. So my analogy right here, right now, and the way I'm feeling about this, because we still sit in 7th position on the ladder, and I feel like we are just complete frauds at the moment. And I'm not saying we don't deserve to be there, because no one really wants to take our spot. No one. So we've all been to parties, and I've been to plenty in my time. A big house party. And I'm not promoting the alcohol, but parties where there are real seasoned drinkers, blokes that can go deep into the night, stayers on the piss. They can just drink and drink and drink. They're Trojans, and they somewhat pace themselves, but they just go. They go, early hours of the morning, and the real strong ones, they go when until the sun comes up, and the hardcore ones they can go on a bit of a bender and drink all day Sunday. And we've probably all been in a situation where we've been terribly excited to go to a party like that. And, I'm going to go, I'm going to this party, I'm going to get, a new shirt and, and, oh, God, it's going to be unreal, this party. And you build yourself up and you build yourself up and you go buy your grog and you put it in the esky and you get there and you just get to this party and you start drinking and you drink just a little bit too quick, and you can't slow yourself down because the party's good, the music's good and you go for 2 or 3 hours and you may do some shots and you're starting to wobble. Yeah, and the others can sense it. They can sense it. There's not a lot of help there and a lot of assistance from the stayers. They just continue to go and they almost watch your demise as you sort of drink yourself into oblivion in this short amount of time. But you are essentially at a certain time there, the life of the party. People are laughing and carrying on and next thing you know, you just reach a point, and it might only be quite relatively early in the night. There's still a lot of people around. Next thing you know, you've collapsed. And you collapse on the couch. Not in the bedroom. Away, you find a bedroom or you call a cab and you go home or you get someone to come and pick you up. You actually collapse on the couch. In full view. Fucking full view of everyone, yeah? And that's the way I feel like we're at the moment, We are that person who's collapsed on the couch and there's so much time left in the party and the stayers are there and they're going and they're strong. And there you are in full view. Helpless and a little bit pathetic, but you're still there. You're still bloody lying there on that couch. And the stayers walk past you as they go to the toilet and they look at you and they go, oh, my God, have a look at that. When they go to the fridge to grab a beer, they see you again. Oh, he's still not awake. God, he's out of it. He's in a world of hurt. Have a look at him. And then along the way, the stayers, they might have a bit of fun, like Brisbane did on the weekend, like Geelong did to us, and even Adelaide. I mean, they're not even the stayers. They're like some smart ass who's drinking like mid-strength beer or something, They come along and they might shave an eyebrow off. They might draw something rude on your head, put lipstick on. They might tie your shoelaces together so when you eventually get up, you fall over. Oh, my God, there's just been some incredible stories of the poor person comatose on the couch. And while the stayers are out there happily drinking and they're going deep into the night and the music's going, here we are inside that top 8 and we are just laying there. And how I'm feeling at the moment is we are that person. But there's a huge but here with that person on the couch. You see, that person on the couch hasn't been sent off yet. They haven't been dragged out of the house and put in a cab and gone. We're still inside the top 8. And although it feels like an incredibly, like we are imposters, I'm just hoping. And that's all it is at the moment. It's just hope. I hope we wake up on that couch before the party's over. There's still a little bit to play out in this party. Whether for us this party goes and finishes in 2 weeks' time or whether it goes a little bit longer than that, Who knows? But this is a strong party. And we will have to wake up eventually. Maybe we will wake up when the season's over for us, which will be in 2 weeks' time. But I am hoping, like Hal, that we somehow open an eye on that couch, or someone goes a little bit too far. Okay, one of those stayers goes a little bit too far and starts doing some stuff that wakes you up. And you go, oh, what the hell's going on here? And you somehow, and you feel a little bit sick and crook, you somehow muster the strength. Get up. And maybe you wobble to the toilet, and maybe you even see yourself in the mirror and go, oh my God, what has happened to me? Have a look at the mess. I've lost an eyebrow. Maybe you stumbled when you got off the couch because your shoelaces were tied together. But you hear where the noise is, where the party's still going on. A lot of people are gone home, but the stayers are still there. And as you come out, they look at you, they look at you, the stayers look at you and go, oh, have a look at you, and they're laughing and carrying on. But you do muster that strength to put that hand into the esky. The ice is not as crisp as it was before, but you reach down in that esky and you find one of your drinks and you open that can and you rejoin that party. You rejoin it. And they look at you, those stayers look at you and go, whew, not bad. He's got something. So right now I can't see us waking up from the couch, but yeah, I hope like hell we do. And we rejoin that party, because this is a bloody good party. Catch you soon.